everyone, this is Greg Finn, Cameron River Guide Service, Lake Sam Rayburn in beautiful Deep East Texas. I'm delighted that you could join us today in another edition of Camel River Fishing. Now today I'm by myself because I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this time of the year. This is, let's see, tomorrow will be the last day of February, and then we have the month of March coming up. Now, a lot of people are asking me, where are the fish? We can't find the fish. Well, that's true. They are difficult, but not impossible. Back up to November. At the end of October, 1st of November, we had some cold weather coming in, and so the fish moved off the brush piles, and they were following shad. And because they're feeding up, knowing that in a few months they've got to spawn. So that time of the year, as most of you know, in November and December, I like to go up the rivers. And sure enough, in November and December, a lot of you came and fished with me, and we caught our limit. We did real good, caught a lot of numbers up the river. The problem with the river is, and it varies from year to year, you're eventually going to get those early spring rains, and which is going to not only muddy up the water, but it's going to bring fresh water into the river, and you're going to have a really, really heavy current. A current so heavy that when you drop a jig down, it just goes sideways. No good. Crappie do not like fresh water, much less strong current. It's just not possible. So then now you got to go to plan B. Well, you got most every lake, especially this one, has bridges, and you can fish the bridge pilings. And that works out for a little while. You could go out there and pretty much catch your limit until they kind of start to move off the bridge pilings, because they're migrating eventually up to the shallow water, up into the coves. So here's the question: where do the crappie go? How do you find crappie when they're in transition? When they're making that migration from a secure place, such as a brush pile or a piling or some wood structure, when they're making that transition from there, following big schools of shad, feeding on them, and moving up to the shallow water eventually to spawn. And let me make clear on that. I can tell you when the fish spawn, and it's not a date. The fish are going to spawn basically when the dogwoods are blooming. A little bit more precisely, here in East Texas and a lot of the part of the country, we have pine trees. When you start to see that yellow pollen all over your truck and your back porch and on your boat, go to shallow water. Those fish are going to be in 2 to 3 foot of water, and you can catch them. That's normally when the water temperature is getting up around 63, 64, 65 degrees. Not the case right now. We're in 53, 54, 55, maybe up to 57. We're in that middle range where those crappie are not comfortable about going way up there, but they're also not on the secure locations they have been all year long. Again, they're in migration, they're in transition. How in the world do you catch crappie when they're just schooling everywhere, chasing shad? In places like Missouri and Oklahoma and Arkansas and Mississippi and Alabama, spider rigging is very, very popular. It's not my favorite thing to do, but as you can tell, I have rod holders, and that's basically what you do. You put those in there and you make a slow drift, and it's just a matter of it's just a numbers game. And there are times of the year when that's just pretty much the way you're going to catch them. But today I'm going to do something different. Today, and hopefully I'll be able to show you using my Panoptix, I believe these fish are on main lake drop-offs where there are trees. And I saw some the other day that were hanging on these trees. Now all they got to do is come off those trees and move right on into the coves. These are big black crappie. Some of the males are out chasing and going crazy over the shad, but these are big black females that are holding steady, not really on brush piles, but on trees, on structure, but not out by the river. See, they were in the river. Now they've done moved up, and they're moving up in that migration, and they're on the edge. So a lot of times I like to take my boat, and with my good Humminbird, with my Lake Master Plus map, I'm able to keep my boat in around 20 to 25 foot of water, and with my other hand I'm moving that Panoptix back and forth, and I'm looking for these trees. When I see one, usually, not always, but usually there's 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 crappie that are on those trees. That's when I need to stop, get my trolling motor down as low as it'll go, and ease up to them. And I'm going to tell you right now, these fish are spooky. They'll bite, they're hungry, but they are spooky. If you run up to them and hit that anchor on your trolling motor and do a little backwash, you know, a little cavitation, man, they go to another zip code. There's something ain't right, and they know it. So you kind of got to ease up to them real easy. You'll see today some of them spook away and you can't catch them. So even the other day, what I was doing is not just trying to fish straight down. I keep my setting on my Panoptix at 70 feet. So 70 feet away, I can see those fish on trees. I try to get within about 20 feet of them. Take a jig, throw it past that, and watch my jig either count it down where I know the level of those crappie, or usually I can actually see my jig on my Panoptix, and when I get to the right depth, I'll slow row it right over the top of their head. Remember, they feed looking up. These crappie are extremely finicky. They're lethargic, but they will eat if you put it on them. But you about near got to hit them in the nose with it. You bring it right over the top of them and just wait for that little tick, or that sometimes they give you a hard thump, set the hook, and you've got it made. We'll show you how to do that as the day goes on. Hopefully I can show you some good footage. Now what I'm using is my regular rod that you know how I always use it. These are a 7 foot B&M super sensitive rods, 310 Mitchell reel. I still use 20-pound test line with a 6-pound diameter. I haven't changed that. It doesn't seem to make the fish a bit of difference. I don't even need a leader. Then on the end of it, I still use my Pink Head jigs as a sickle hook. Right now, I use a lot of Timmy Toms, but I'm also use Strike King, and they make a pretty good one, but I always go with Pink. And then right above here, I just have a little split shot. I keep that about maybe 14 inches above it. The 2 plastic baits that I'm using right now that are both just absolutely deadly. Now, you know I've been high on these Slab Buster crappie jigs. If you don't have some, then call Jackson Stevens and find out where you can get them. He'll either send you to the local tackle shop that handles them and tell you where to go, or if that's not possible, he'll sell them to you online. This one here is called June Bug. This is a 2-inch Slab Buster June Bug. This one here is a 2-inch Pearl Blue, Pearl White. And both of them, depending upon the water clarity, are absolutely my top 2 jigs that I use on Lake Sam Rayburn almost year round. I have a bunch of other colors and sometimes I go to them, but these 2 are my primary colors and they work the best. So that's the combination that I'm using. I don't use minnows very seldom unless that's the only thing they'll bite. So we're going to go out there. I hope that kind of helps you, set you up for what we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to go out there and try to film what we're doing, what to look for, and if you bear with me and watch the whole video, I think that you'll learn something real valuable in trying to locate and catch crappie when they're in transition from the ridge pilings, the river, or the brush piles all the way to spawn. In that in-between point, it's a tough time of the year. It's the hardest time, the most difficult time for anyone to catch crappie. But today we're going to give it a try, and I hope what I'm able to show you today will help you catch crappie. So stay tuned. Now I'm going to look at my chart here on my Humminbird Helix 10, and I don't know exactly where these fish are. I've caught fish here before, but you see this cut that comes in off the main lake? If you can see that, And he goes on up here in the 5, 6, 7 foot and up this way, goes into shallow. This is all great spawning flat right over here for both bass and crappie. But if you look right in here, there's 14 foot of water. Over here is 20 and 21 foot of water. And out here is 30 foot of water. So you have a big break that comes around here and then starts about right here and comes out here. I believe these fish right now are going to be hanging on the edge of that break. So I'm going to ease on out here and see if I can find any fish. If I can, I'll show them to you on Panoptix. Let's see if I can pick up that fish right there. See it? There's 2 or 3 right there. One of them's going to bite. There he is. I got him. See her to the side. There you go. Big old black crappie. That's what I'm telling you folks right there. I want you to look at that. Now see, that's a pretty nice crappie right there. I caught that crappie about 17 foot deep. And I'm looking over here. I'm in 55.5 degree water. That's just the way it is this time of year. That's a good 1.25 pound crappie. I'm gonna turn him loose. Let's see if we can't do it again. Okay, I believe there's another crappie there. I'm gonna try to get a hold of right there. You see him? I'm gonna drop it right on top of him and see if he'll hit it. Get it down there and just dead stick it. Don't move it much because they don't want much movement. See, there he is right there. I'm gonna raise up just a little bit, see if he'll come on up and get it. Oh, look how he darted away. He's wanting it. And I'm not jigging it or anything, because if I do that, he'll go to another zip code. I'm just holding it still, letting him try and make up his mind what he wants to do. See, there's another one coming into the right there. They're just kind of fading in and out, in and out. And you got to put it right in front of them to get a bite. It's a challenge. Remember, I always tell you, don't look at anything in life as problems. View them as challenges. Man, that's the fun part. It is fun trying to catch these. It's a little aggravating when I'm trying to on a guide trip and I know people are out for the meat. You're out for the meat, you need to come see me May to November, because it's hard to, catch them like this right here and get a bunch of fish in the boat. I can't get no more here to bite. So let's go over there to that tree I'm talking about. If I can keep from spooking them, because I'm here to tell you, them fish right there will spook real easy. So I'm gonna turn my trolling motor down to about 3, just enough to ease over there. I'm in this wind, and I'm gonna just get over here, see if I can get a little bit closer to them without spooking them. Look at there, I already see 1 or 2 of them leave. Ain't that something? I'm gonna hold it right there. Man, they're wanting to spook, aren't they? And I didn't even get close to them. All right, here comes one up, maybe. I need a little competition. There he is right there. I got him, folks. I got him. Come on in here, baby. Come on in here. I want you to look at here. I'll guarantee you there's a big old black crappie right here. What do you think about that, folks? I'm telling you, folks, that's a good one there. Look here. Oh, God dang, I need a net on him. Just around, I should have set up 2 cameras today, but I didn't. Now, you ain't gonna come out here and just catch 60 or 70 like that doing this, but the ones you are gonna catch are pretty good. That's a nice 1.5 pound crappie right there. The good news is too, and I'm gonna turn him loose. These fish are sitting down there like fish in a Bass Pro Shop tank. You ever notice that? You go in there and they're just sitting so still. You go upstairs and check out all the hunting stuff, and you come back down, them fish ain't moved 2 inches. That's how it is. There's fish right down in there. I'm gonna see if I can't drop it in there one more time. There he is, right there. That's maybe a better fit. There. I don't know. He might be a keeper. Oh, he got a little weight to him. Not bad, little 3/4 pound fish. Pretty though. I mean, if you came out and we caught 50 of them blacks right there, you wouldn't holler too much. They eat pretty good. He's a keeper. He's an 11 1/4 inch fish. Pretty, ain't he? We'll put him back. Oh, he went after it and he didn't get it. He's a good fish too. Hey, he got it. I got him then. Look at there. What's wrong with that? Just not enough of them. You see that? That fish wasn't a foot off the bottom. Look at that. That's a white crappie there. That's the first one of them I've caught all day. I've been catching blacks. Take a look at that right there. See if we can get another one, you reckon? If you was fishing here, would you? Look at them. I mean, they're right on the bottom down here. 25 foot deep. Here it is, 1st of March. Let's see if I can't. Now, I think there's some up higher, but I can't be sure of it. I think those are fish right there. If they are, they're good ones. Let's see if I can get one of them to bite right there. Oh yeah, he broke off. He's coming over. He's coming after it. Come on, baby. Come on. You know you want it. Oh, I cannot believe he didn't get that fish. Didn't get that jig. He come after it and he just didn't get it. That's all there is to it. Wow. There he is. I got him. Dang, it took him long enough. You know, I knew he was a good fish when I showed him to y'all. Look at that big old black. Is that a black? Is that right or not? Look at this fish. Right there. That's a solid 1.25 pounds. Solid. He's pretty, ain't he? There's about 4 of them down there like that. Now, I'm gonna show you something. I want you to look over there. You see them woods right over there? And on the other side of them, that's where they're headed to spawn. But they ain't spawning yet, they're out here. But those females aren't. They're out here in deep. You saw me catch fish today in 20-25 foot of water. Some nice black crappie. The problem is they're scattered, but you can catch them. They're going to be somewhere between the river channel or a creek channel and up there in the bushes where they're going to end up spawning. You just got to look for them. Some tips is always look for big schools of shad. Fish are going to be around those shad. They got to eat. Another tip is just slow down, dead stick it a lot. You saw me not even move the jig today, and when they hit it hard. But I probably caught 15 crappie today. But this is typical in this time of the year. These fronts, every 3 or 4 days, we get another front pushes through. 28, 26, 27 degree mornings, 55 degree afternoons, and it's keeping this water right now. I'm reading 55.5. That's as warm as it's going to get today because it's about 3:34 in the afternoon. That's as warm as this water's going to get. We're looking for 63, 64, maybe 66 degree weather for those crappie to get on the beds. But that's how you catch them when you're in transition. It's not the easiest thing to do, and especially in the month of March, first part of April, but you can catch them if you persevere. So I hope you learned something in how to catch crappie in the spring when they're in transition. Until next time, this is Greg Finn. Keep your powder dry and your lines wet. Remember, grin every now and then. It's good for you. Hey, this is Greg Finn, and this is Camera River Guide Service.